gets loose in between turns 1 and 2, backs it into the outside retaining wall. Hornaday was okay, but they will have to go to a backup car. Meanwhile, your pole sitter, Denny Hamlin, he goes back-to-back. He won the pole at Texas. He does it again today here in Nashville. 165.282 miles per hour as Denny Hamlin celebrates. Driving the Joe Gibbs Racing Chevrolet, he lines up alongside Clint Boyer in another Chevy. Boyer drives for Richard Childress Racing. Another car behind him, caution in the air. Caution waves. Trouble for Denny Hamlin. He slides up the racetrack. Kyle Busch in the 5 goes around. Let's take a look at what happened to Kyle Busch, Larry.
There you go. The car was on the bottom, and it just took off with him, walked up the racetrack. That's what I say. It's like very treacherous out there right now. The track does not have a lot of grip, it looks like, on the bottom.
What's going on with Kyle Busch, Matt?
Well, the good thing, he really dodged a huge bullet here, Steve. He just came on the radio and said to crew chief Chad Walters, I don't know what happened. It just spun around. And a lot of people thinking back to what Jeff and Larry talked about earlier in the show about the Hoosier tire rubber still down on this racetrack from the ARCA race a little earlier today.
23, Chris Wimmer got into the wall, Larry McReynolds.
Yeah, making only a second start of 2006. They have attempted to qualify for every race. He qualified at Bristol. Hard crash there. Looks like their day will be done with this 23 car. Chris was running in the 34th position, still on the lead lap.
Chris, the younger brother of Scott Wimmer. Heavy damage to the right side of that Chevrolet. Bringing out the caution for the second time today.
Well, I definitely think this was probably a caution. A lot of cars were looking for 26 laps into this run. Probably the only one that didn't want to see it. He wanted to see a caution at Texas. He didn't today, and that's Reed Sorensen in the 41 car. You just heard talking about Clint Boyer wanting to make changes on his car. So this is probably pretty timely caution for a lot of cars.
David Odell in the 07 gets the free pass.
And I tell you who else that was probably a big break for, Aaron Crocker. Of course, we talked about her before the race, not feeling that great. She was just about to go a lap down in that 98 car.
Pit road will be open as the pace car brings them down into turn 3. As Jeff Hammond reported, Aaron Crocker not feeling well. She and Stephen Wallace both raced in the ARCA race earlier today. Stephen Wallace finished 10th. Aaron was 14th.
Pretty unique pit road here. You enter in turn 4. You come down pit road, and then you pretty much exit on an excess road out through turn 1 and 2. Now, it looks like our top 2, Reed Sorensen and Clint Boyer, stayed out. Everyone else is hitting
56. The orange car, driven by Kevin LePage, brings out the caution for the 3rd time.
I'm going to tell you what, though. I looked up as he was coming down the racetrack. You will not believe how close David Odell in the 07 car came to clipping him going through there. Now, I mentioned our 2 guys up front, Clint Boyer and Reed Sorensen. They did not want a caution. I think that one came soon enough that it shouldn't affect their strategy. I think they've still got to stay out. They can't afford to come in now and go back to 33rd and 34th position. They're going to have to stay out right now.
See the damage to the rear of Kevin LePage's race car. So turn 2 has been the hot spot here. Pole sitter Denny Hamlin got loose just 2nd lap into the race. Kept it off the wall. Kyle Busch spun around, bringing out the first caution also in turn 2. And Chris Wimmer wrecked on lap 25 in the same spot. Now Kevin LePage has damaged his race car heavily also in turn 2. We'll take a break here at the Nashville Superspeedway. 3rd caution of the day. Clint Boyer is your leader, followed by Reed Sorensen, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch.
Looks like he was trying to get the pit road and just was way too fast. The law of physics took over. You'll have that happen.
You'll have that in big-time auto racing. 92 laps complete of 225. Be right back to Nashville.
Next day.
Trouble, Matt. Big wreck on the backstretch. Coming off of turn 2, multi-car accident on lap 97.
Now, what's going to be interesting about that caution, there you see Aaron Crocker, the 98 car. She was involved in that wreck. is just as Matt was doing that interview right there, there's Mark McFarland, they're doing that piece. You saw a battle between Clint Boyer and the 2 car, Jason Keller in the 1. It depends on who was in front of who at the point of caution. The reason that battle is important, whoever was in front gets the free pass back on the lead lap. And we're being told that Clint Boyer in the 2 was just in front of Jason Keller, so he will be back on the lead lap in that 2 car and got a good car, and we're not even halfway yet.
So caution out for the 5th time. Let's take another look at what happened. Turn 2 has been the hot spot. Oh, Aaron Crocker backs into the wall, and they start stacking up behind her.
Yeah, I'm just not sure that we might can see a different replay if she got help or not, or if the car just got loose with her.
Whoa.
Mark McFarland, you could see Todd Cleaver in the 06 check up for the caution. Mark McFarland did not in the 88 car and just ran all over the top of him.
On board with Mark McFarland.
Some cars were checking up, some were not. And we're seeing Clint Boyer in the 2 car. There you see all the damage to Todd Cleaver in the 06.
So Clint Boyer gets the free pass. He also visits pit road.
And what they did, it looks like they just topped him off with fuel there. Probably not a bad move considering the problem they had earlier. Nothing lost by doing it because free pass starts at the tail end of the longest line. Now we know he's full of fuel.
So caution for the 5th time. Denny Hamlin is still the leader. His teammate J.J. Yaley is 2nd. We'll be back to the Nashville Super Speedway after this. Larry Mack, Johnny in the 00 gets into the 36 of Tim, his brother.
But it looked like Johnny Sauter in the 00 just got a little bit loose, walked up into his brother's left rear quarter panel. David Green, the tail of 2006, nowhere to go. Now, David Rudeman looks like he already had some damage and just couldn't get stopped. Goes all in the back of Johnny Sauter in the 00. No caution yet. Now the caution will be out.
On lap 171, Kyle Busch goes around on the backstretch. Field slows down. Hamlin retains the lead. Here Kyle Busch back underway.
Remember, Kyle Busch was involved in our very first caution back on lap 2. Car looked a lot the same way with the roof flap deployed up there as he spun backwards.
Those roof flaps help keep those cars from getting up in the air. They release air from the inside of the cockpit. 9th caution today. You see the record 11. There were 11 cautions in the first race here in 2001 and then again in 2003 in the June race. Take a look at what happened to Kyle Busch in the 5, Larry.
Just way up out of the groove. It looked a lot like Aaron Crocker in an earlier wreck a few cautions ago. Up out, when you're up above that black, trust me, that's almost like no man's land.
There, Busch has already made contact with the wall. Slight contact. Doesn't look like there's a lot of damage to that 5 car.
Now, Paul Menard, Dan Stillman, the crew chief, the 11 car, they've elected to come to pit road knowing that we've still got 50-something laps to go, and he already had 30-something laps on his tires.
14 up against the wall. Heavy damage to Kyle Busch. Caution out for the 10th time on lap 187.
See Stedman Marlin, son of Sterling Marlin from nearby Columbia, Tennessee. The window net goes down, which is a good sign. Drivers are told in the drivers meeting, if you're okay, drop the window net down. That lets the safety workers know that we're okay.
Chad Chaffin in the 05 from Smyrna, Tennessee. Nearby, he gets the free pass.
You saw Kyle Busch in the 5 car taking the garage area. The winner at Bristol 2 or 3 weeks ago, finished 4th at Texas, was starting to rebound from some of the problems he had earlier in the season, 6th in the points, but he's going to take a hit today.
So Kyle Busch has taken his wounded race car to the garage. He's done for the day. Stedman Marlin, meanwhile, sitting in his race car. As Larry Mack said, he's dropped the window net. That's the sign that he's okay. Caution out for the 10th time. The record here is 11. It's happened twice.
And I think for the most part, even though we've got 37 laps to go, that we're going to see most everyone stay out. Most of our leaders were on pit road About 20 laps ago, so I think we'll see most of these guys stay out, especially since we've got 20 cars on the lead lap.
So Stedman out of the race car. One of his only starts of this 2006 season. See if there are any takers for pit road, Larry.
Oh, Kevin Harvick was going to kind of play with him just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. That was, as Pam Miller, our producer's telling me, that was kind of bad acting there.
Well, we'll take this opportunity to take a break. Laps winding down. 36 laps to go here at the Nashville Superspeedway. Harvick leads. So for the 11th time, the caution flag is waved on lap 219. Comes out. Saw Sorensen slow up in the wall. Got to wonder if he'd used up his equipment a little bit trying to catch Harvick. It's flattened the right side, it looks like.
Yeah, because that right front tire may be soft, but it's not flat, I don't think. It's definitely low. You just wonder, is it from the impact or whatever? But he was definitely starting to really get on top of the wheel with that race car.
It ties the record for most cautions. It's happened twice, 11 caution flags.
Right front is definitely substantially down on that car. They're going to go ahead and try to change right side tires and make sure nothing's rubbing. Try to stay on the lead lap here, as it looks like we'll only have 2 or 3 laps to go.
Here's one of our speed cameras along the wall. You see him at the top of your screen just scrubbing off. It's over there between turns 1 and 2.
Against the wall, and normally when that happens, it's normally that a right front tire has went soft or went down on you. We've seen cars walk up the racetrack
in that very spot.
Yeah, that has the look. The car would not turn if the right front tire was down. When you see a car go straight like that, I couldn't find him a while ago in this replay, but when you see a car go straight like that, that's normally a sign the right front tire either went down or has went real soft on you.
Harvick is the leader, followed by Clint Boyer, J.J. Yaley, Denny Hamlin, and Carl Edwards. And that's the prize, that Gibson custom guitar.
2 unique trophies in racing. The grandfather clock at Martinsville and that Gibson guitar here at Nashville. They've been giving that away for years. They used to give it away at the old Fairground Speedway.
How many of those grandfather clocks does DW have, like 12?
11 or 12, unless he gave a few to Hammond. Now, this is not considered a green-white checkered because we have 2 laps to go. Kevin Harvick bringing them down really slow. He gets a good start. Yaley, the 18 car, spun his tire. That opens the door on the outside for his teammate, Denny Hamlin, in the 20.
Harvick leads him down into turn 2, followed by Clint Boyer. Yaley's alongside Hamlin.
But Hamlin got a good run on the high side there, and he's going to take the 3rd position away. This is a battle right here for the 9th position. Paul Menard in the 11 car, about 10 lap fresher tires. Kevin Harvick, white flag this time.
1.33 miles separating Kevin Harvick and victory lane. Can he hold off Clint Boyer, Denny Hamlin, and J.J. Yaley? Harvick down the backstretch, holding off Boyer.
Just needs to hit his marks, getting down into turn 3 and 4. He's pretty much been doing that all day long, right around the bottom of the racetrack.
Harvick off of turn 4. Looks like he'll hold off the challenge of Clint Boyer and win for the 18th time in his NASCAR Busch Series career.
Boyer 2nd, Hamlin 3rd, Yaley 4th, Carl Edwards 5th, and the first non-Nextel Cup regular, 6th, Jon Wood in that 47 car. Bernie Lamar, the rookie, in 7th.
8 races, 8 winners in this 2006 NASCAR Busch Series season.
But the 21 team now, they get their 2nd win of 2006. I mentioned it a while ago, they won Atlanta with Jeff Burton last month.
Congratulations to Kevin Harvick, who wins the Pepsi 300. We'll come back and talk to him and the top finishers here at Nashville.